This is Designed Happy, the podcast where we talk about the human side of home design, remodeling, and new construction. I'm Katie.
And I'm TJ. Today, we are returning to one of our favorite topics on the podcast, finances. More specifically, ways to pay for your home design or remodeling project.
I have a banter, but also on topic question for you today.
Wow. Okay. Double dip.
Ready?
Yeah.
What is your most valuable currency that is not money?
Time? Time, I think. I don't know what you're looking for here.
That doesn't surprise me. I know I should have given some options, but also I left it open by design because I don't know, you could have said something like
baseball cards.
Emotion. Yeah. Music. I had a feeling I knew the answer for you. Time. Why?
Yeah. Why? Why? Because I can't make any more. What can you make, but you can't make?
Money. Wrong.
It's a good callback to Katie's riddle. It doesn't work in this. I can't make it at all. Right? It's gone and it's gone. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
Oh, it's time. It's free time though. Like.
Oh.
Everybody pause the listening, get on YouTube. That was the sweetest. Oh.
Yeah,
breath in.
Oh. It's like, I should have said that.
Well, I've always known it's time for me. Always. But open time, I should say. Time, self-directed time. Time where I get to move myself through time and space and do what I want to do is gold. Platinum.
So you're going to enjoy whenever you're retired, right? Is that that's all of your time is self-directed time? Or do you mean you have work, but you get to do it whenever you want?
Mm-hmm. Because I think, okay, I'm thinking of my parents. Hey, Mom and Dad, Moffat and Ted, if you're listening. And we always say they are busier than when they were working. And they were really busy when they were working. They are so involved in their community. They have more on their plate and on their calendar than I have. So, which is chosen. I get it. It's chosen, but they have to show up for these meetings and these rehearsals and these events. And I mean, that's probably not going to be me when I'm retired. But yeah, even having an open work day to just bop around work in the way I want to is chef's kiss if you're not watching. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Now I'm thinking about I think I'm going to be a terrible retired person. I don't.
Why?
So because I'm thinking about what you just said about, the agency you have over your time and to allocate it the way you want. And I've been so busy for so many years that just thinking about if I actually had a free weekend where nothing was going on,
uh-huh,
I don't know if I would know what to do with myself. I guess that's a good problem to have. I'll figure it out. But
yeah, now I want to challenge you, and we'll come back and the episode will be what the heck TJ did with his free weekend. Yeah, it's a little scary when you think of taking kind of all of the constraints off, which is why I'm with you. I hear I don't want my whole life to be just self-directed time. Gotta have balance. Gotta have some structure in there. But yeah, I'd be really curious what other like, we're both saying time, but I wonder what other people what it is for them.
What they find valuable other than money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe like relationships would be popular
Mm.
answer. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. It would be interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Time for a
anyway,
straw poll. Let's go out
answer in
canvassing.
the comments below. Um, that reminds me, have you seen this podcast thing, by the way, where people are oh my gosh, now I sound really old. Where people are like, if you got to the end of this, pop this emoji in the comments so we know you listened to the whole thing. It's like a time tracker. It's like a line keeper of like how many people are actually getting through the whole thing. Do you think we need
I
to do
haven't
that?
I haven't seen every 5 minutes.
Put
Here,
a bathtub emoji in the put a hammer emoji. Put a
in alphabetical order of
yes.
emojis. We're gonna bathtub, hammer, house,
Everyone
triangle. Yeah,
everyone just stopped listening. Everybody. They're like,
like
"Now it's homework." Um, I actually am I am so excited about this episode.
oh really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not. I'm dreading it.
Why?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh. Because this is where my trauma lives. No, this is I I think this is one of the things for me in that is a revelation of adulthood that you have in your life. You can pay for things with money, with time, with your attention, with your energy. And that to me was like, I don't know, that was life changing
Mm,
for me. And the fact that it really feels like it to like call back to some previous episodes, it's a place where it feels like it gives me some control.
hmm.
So I love that we're talking about this.
Oh, good.
Why are we talking about this? Why are we, like, again, in like a therapy world, yeah, this makes sense. Why here? Why when it comes to home design is this
So,
important?
so we did a recent episode about what you're actually buying when you buy remodeling, and we talked about service as a spectrum.
Ah, yes, I remember that one.
So,
I do. I recall some of it. Yes.
so when you're buying a higher level service or a lower level of service, all of the ways to pay come into are actualized.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just asked a random person, like if I went to downtown Bethesda or the Inner Harbor or DuPont and I just walked around and I was like, hey, if you were going to do a home remodeling project, how would you pay for it? Everybody would give me a different version of a money answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, and that's true, right? Like you're paying with money and you could have cash or a home equity loan. Like there's lots of different ways to pay with money. But if you've listened to us for however many episodes we're at so far, whatever this is, 11 or something, the answer is more nuanced than than money because that's the obvious way.
This is actually about personal growth, and there will be a meditation exercise at the end. Um, but can we? I do want to go there. I'm excited about going there. But the money thing, and I know that this is in the book, right? That's where I read this, right? Like the actual ways to pay with money
Mhm.
are what?
Uh, okay.
Am I jumping the gun?
No, no, it's fine.
Is this for a future episode?
That's our favorite thing to say.
It's in the
It's a
future.
future
This is a
episode.
future episode
I'm
problem.
I'm not sure this is its own episode. So with money,
Yeah.
ways to pay. We had talked a little bit about home equity loans before and how that's one way people pay. Um, Cash. Maybe people have, depending on the size of the project, depending on how much cash you have. That's the most straightforward way.
If
You
we
have,
if we were a fancy podcast, by the way, we'd insert a clip of Scrooge McDuck here and the coin
yeah,
hills and mountains. Go on.
yeah. So if you're Scrooge and you got stacks on stacks on stacks, then you you just write a check. You do whatever you want, and
Okay.
that's the most straightforward way.
Great. Good for Scrooge.
Good for Scrooge. So cash
Cash,
is
home equity.
home equity loan is also another common way that people pay. If you don't have the cash, it's an
Hmm.
easy way to access money. Typically,
Okay.
selling investments is another thing that our clients have done.
Mm.
So you have stock and you sell some stocks, or you have a 401k and you borrow from yourself. We're not financial advisors. When we did the stress episode, you disclaimed that this is not any kind of formal medical advice.
Therapy,
There,
medical.
yeah.
Yeah. We are also
So
not financial
yeah,
advisors.
let us tell you all the things we're not.
Yeah. Right.
we're gonna we're gonna give you all kinds of advice about stuff we're not professionals
While
in.
we're at it, we are not lawyers and we're not actually professional podcasters either. So,
Ay, ay,
okay.
ay. So
And selling
you
investments.
could sell stock. We've had people sell stock.
Yeah.
We've also had people borrow money from their own retirement, whether that's a
Hmm.
401k or we're in the DC metro area. So there's a lot of government employees here. So you would borrow from a TSP in that instance.
Hmm.
And some people have family that gift them the thing. So whatever it is, they're like, they just bought a house, their family has means, and they're like, hey, we want to help you turn this house into what you want it to be. So our clients are making decisions about the project, but their parents or their kids or their uncle or whatever is actually writing the checks.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe that's the best way to do it. Get someone else to pay for your
Someone else's
project.
cash. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where this probably isn't a new scenario. This falls into one of these, but if you're like selling a home and buying a home that you're going to renovate, that still involves one of these, but you
Yeah. So
might
the
use some of what you made from the home sale.
one other way that I didn't mention is you could do. There are different kinds of construction loans.
Mm.
So if you sold your house and you were going to buy a new house, there were, I don't know, as of whenever you're listening to this, who knows, but there are federal programs where you can get a loan to remodel.
We also do
Um,
not work for the government, so we do not know.
we're not mortgage brokers, so
No.
um,
The
but
anti-resume.
right, we have had a lot of clients who have gotten construction loans. If
Hmm.
if you're doing a really big project, like a 3-story addition or a brand new house, like
Yeah.
when Kat and I built the house we currently live in, we got a construction loan so we sold our previous house, which we've talked about before on the podcast, and we had some cash, and we had enough cash to basically use as leverage for a construction loan. And the way that works is you need a design, you need something to give the underwriters to appraise.
Hmm.
So you have to have a design. So you would have to work with a design professional first. So you have some kind of design, and then you're working with the bank, and they're going to do an imaginary appraisal on the after improved value of the house. And then they will lend you, depending on the bank, a percentage of that, 80%, 90% of that. So like you would be coming up with whatever the remainder is. So if they're lending you 80%, you would need 20% of the cash.
Okay.
The rub with construction loans is that you often need to refinance. So, like right now, when a lot of people refinance their homes during COVID, when interest rates were crazy low, construction loans are a really bad option if you're staying on your current property. Like if you wanted to do a really big addition,
Oh, okay.
a construction loan would be bad because almost all of the time you get to the end of the construction loan and then you refinance. So you would lose your really low rate to get whatever the current rate is, which is
Yeah.
right now a lot higher than what you probably have. So there's lots of ways to actually use money to pay. If you have a financial advisor, talk to your financial advisor about it. Um,
I have a money way we've paid. I don't know if we've named it here. That is like a, it's probably not what, you know, this isn't a chosen way to do it and is probably a real like outside situation, but we've been pretty lucky in our home for as long as we've lived here to only have had like, I think two major issues that involved our homeowners insurance
mm,
and our homeowners insurance actually paying for what ended up needing to be a renovation of our whole downstairs because it flooded. So I'm not sure where that fits in there. And I hope that is not how people have to pay, but it's something that comes to mind.
yes,
It is also
well,
money.
it is also money. It is.
Okay. When it comes to like the time and energy uh piece when you were working with clients, um I guess what is it that people don't where does this feel really important in a home design project? What people are using to pay, their awareness of what they're using and their choice. Again, I know you said back to our previous episode about really understanding it as a service.
Mhm.
Um, okay. I'll like cut to the quick. I'm most interested in time and energy here. What where does that show up? Where else does that show up in the home design process?
So all of it really. So
Everywhere.
so 100% of it. So we did an episode about what does the client actually have control over.
Yeah.
So
Everything.
when every
Almost everything.
until they start making decisions about who they're going to work with, and then some of that decision making agency gets transferred to the professionals you've chosen to hire.
Hmm.
So when you're thinking about the ways to pay, the obvious way is money. And then, like you're saying, there's also time and energy. It could be emotion or stress as part of that project. And there's often a linear relationship between all of those things where if you're
Hmm.
spending more money on the service that you're buying, what it should relate to is less time that you're investing and less negative emotion that you're investing, more
Hmm.
positive emotion that you get, and less stress. It should in a normal, heavy air quotes, normal way. So the way that might manifest in the process is if you want the project to cost less money, then you are going to spend more time because there is nothing in this business that's free. So one way or another, you're going to pay. So you have to be really mindful of how do you want to pay. So if you want it to cost less money, then the trade-off is you're going to spend more time, or it's going to be more stressful,
Yeah.
or it will be a more emotionally turbulent process, maybe all of those things.
Hmm.
Um, but if money is the driver and you're like, I want this, it has to cost as little as possible. And I'm willing to be my own general contractor and make sure the electrician shows up when they're supposed to. And if they don't, I'm going to call them every day. until they do show up. And I'm going to be the person who calls the county for inspections and make sure they come when they're supposed to. And I'm going to make sure that when the tile gets delivered, I open up the box and make sure it's actually the right size and they didn't send me the wrong thing. Or if somebody drops a box of tile, I'm going to be the person that goes back and orders a new box. Right. So
Mhm.
if you want the responsibility and you're willing to invest your time, it should cost less money.
Yeah.
If everything that I just said sounds horrible and you're like, I want to do none of those things, then you would hire a company that's more on that services spectrum on the white glove side where they're going to do all of it for you. The trade off is you still have to pay for it. So instead of paying with your time, you're going to pay with your money.
Hmm. Since you are someone who values time
Yeah.
as a currency, is there a I'm wondering about your home projects, or which maybe isn't fair. Like, is there something you have chosen to pay for with time instead of money? Time and energy?
Oh my God.
S
Yeah, there is. And
I'm being serious, TJ.
so this was a thing. I'm laughing because Kat should be here right now. This
Oh,
would be a great time for her to be here. So when it comes to the house,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm in the industry. And
Mm,
there's lots of stuff that I've chosen to invest my time and energy in. And I'm pretty decent at, like carpentry stuff. I'm a
yeah.
pretty decent at home carpenter. But we had a leak. Our bathtub was leaking, I don't know, maybe a year ago. I don't know when it was. And it was coming through the ceiling and out of the recessed light in our pantry. Like our ceiling was raining.
Mm. Mm. What a
So,
what a cool feature.
yeah, right. We designed it that way.
Ugh.
Um, so there's two things I don't mess with. I don't mess with plumbing and I don't mess with electrical. So if it's plumbing and electrical, we hire somebody, no question. Um, well,
Which feels like
even
if you feel that way, everybody else, unless you were a plumber or electrician, take note. That should be our bar too. Go
and
on.
and as I'm saying it, I'm thinking, oh, that's not actually true because there's a bunch of light switches in the house that I've changed. But so here's the thing where Kat would answer this question differently than so. I should have paid with money,
Yeah.
but I didn't. So the tub leaked and we paid a plumber to fix the leak. So that part got fixed. But the drywall on the ceiling was all soaked.
Hmm.
And the paint was there and like if you know what like drywall that used to be wet looks like you could see the water spot. So I was like this is so small. I'll just I'll just take care of it. And here's what I know about myself.
Mm.
Could I do drywall work? I could. Should I do drywall work? No, because it's way harder than you think it is. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save my family the money that we would spend on this. So I cut a big hole in the ceiling and
Uh-huh.
I cut a square of drywall that was the same size
Uh-huh.
and I put the drywall in. And the trick is finishing the drywall. Putting the square of drywall there's not the big
That's not the
issue.
problem. It's
Putting the drywall compound on top, making it all smooth, sanding it so that you didn't know a hole was ever cut. So Kat was like, she was she was being nice about it. She was like, sure you don't want to hire somebody to do that. I was like, nah, nope, nah, I got this. I got
uh-huh.
it.
Uh-huh.
We should have hired somebody for that one.
When did you get to that point? When did you get there? Because it sounds like Kat was there before it even started. Like, when did you get
Well,
there? What
listen,
was the
that's the story of our relationship. Kat gets there first, and then it takes me some amount of time to catch up. Um,
We all work on our own time.
Probably when I was on the ladder staring at the ceiling. Now, people on YouTube, you have to go to YouTube to see this, but staring at the ceiling, sanding the drywall, trying to not get drywall dust in my eyes.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was
yeah,
it.
this was a mistake.
Like,
And the real kick is it doesn't even look good.
oh,
It
this really could have been your like what Da Vinci moment.
yeah,
This could
yeah.
have, and it was not. You're
No.
like,
So look, if it has to do with wood, I'm gonna invest my time and my
yeah.
energy because I have a level of competency with that. And if it doesn't, we're gonna use our money.
Oh my gosh. This is the place where um people say when people say just, when people maybe Mark Cashin, I don't know. When people say I'm just gonna, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I fall on the other end of the spectrum where I'm like, there is no, it is going to take 10 times more energy and time than any of us estimate it will. So let's just throw some money at this. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
So if I get us back, if I get us away from my embarrassing story and back to the topic,
Bring us back. Bring us
bring
home.
us back. In the book, there's a chart, and in that chart, the horizontal line is money, the amount of money you're spending, and the vertical line is time, energy, emotion, all of the non-money stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So in a normal, heavy air quotes, normal scenario, the line on that chart starts at the top left and goes in a straight line down to the bottom right.
Yeah.
So, which means as you spend more money, as you go to the right, you're spending more money, the time, energy, emotion spent goes down, right? So it should be, like I said before, a linear relationship between
Mm.
between those things. The problem is when you're misaligned at the beginning, we've talked a whole bunch about this now, like getting your clarity for yourself before you hire someone, knowing why you want to do the project, knowing
Yeah.
where on that service level spectrum you want
N-
to be.
Talking money, knowing
Uh-huh.
what your financial budget is. It sounds like there's room also for knowing your time and energy budget.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. So the the place you don't want to be on the fake chart is up and to the right of the line. So if the line is going down and to the right, you don't want to be up and to the right. So if I put one dot on the chart and that's you ideally want to be somewhere on that line, which means your expectations are aligned with reality, and the amount of money that you're spending has a direct relationship to the amount of time and energy you are or are not spending, and
Yes.
and you are, fully aligned and at peace with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
If you are up and to the right of that line, that means you're spending money and also spending a disproportionate amount of time, stress, energy, emotion.
You're
That's what
over
you
budget in all ways.
all yeah, all
Yeah.
of it. So the question is, when does that happen?
Yeah.
That happens when the fit is bad. So you had mentioned last time or two times ago, we're going to talk about the fit score at some point. We're going to keep teasing it. That way you keep listening.
It's
It,
coming.
it'll be
It's
episode
real.
episode
It's
300.
5 years later.
But
First, we have to create it. No, just kidding.
so if the fit is bad, so if you think you're buying a high level of service, but you're actually not,
Yeah.
then the fit is going to be bad. If you're buying a low level of service and you think it costs a certain amount of money, but it costs more money, the fit is going to be bad.
Yes.
So all of these conversations we're having sort of boil down to don't be up and to the right on that graph.
Yeah. And that requires being clear with where you are and what you need, and making sure you get the answers you need from making sure you're working with someone who has some clarity there. Yeah. What else can we say?
I,
That's
I think the only follow up to that people have asked me before, because this is in the book. What about below and to the left of the line?
There's a below and to the left of this is
Right.
the upside down. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, in concept, there's a below and to the left of that means you're not spending a lot of money, and you're also not spending time and energy and emotion, and that's not a real thing.
That's a powder room renovation. That's a swap
Maybe
out the toilet.
it might be. But what if
What if,
you were like, I'm going to swap out the toilet. How hard could it be to swap out the toilet?
yeah, that's fair. That's
Right.
fair.
And
Those
then,
wax rings.
or your toilet is a 10-inch rough-in. Normal is 12 inches. Let's say
Right.
you don't know normal is 12 inches, but and you have a 10-inch rough-in. So you go and you buy a toilet that's normal, and it's a 12-inch rough-in toilet. And then you go to install it and you're like, why doesn't this toilet fit?
And suddenly I'm up and to the right. I'm up and to the right. Okay. I see your point. Which is like exactly why this is, it feels like this just applies to life. Like, understand it is going to cost something. Be realistic with what that is and how you want to pay.
That's it. And there's no right or wrong. However you want to pay, that's the right answer. Just
Yeah.
make sure it's realistic. It can't be nothing.
Can't be nothing. Yes. It, it can't be. That's as much as you would like it to be sometimes. There really is no simple powder room. There's no simple powder room renovation. Reservation? Renovation.
What a way to end.
What a way. What a way.
Another strong ending.
Okay. Great. Let's go forward, and what do we want to be going to the right and down? We want to be going to the right and down.
The line goes to the right and down. Just stay on the line.
Stay on the line, everybody.
Stay on the line.
Till next time, stay on the line.
We'll see you then.
Bye.